Hello, and welcome back to Totally Not a Ripoff of Crash Course. Today we will be discussing everyone's favorite grass-eating animal, the cow. But more specifically, cattle, ranching, and the emergence of the cattle industry post-Civil War. Now, cows have been around for a while. They're especially prominent in the South. In fact, after the Civil War, over 5 million cattle roamed Texas. Before our famed cowboys got their hands on them, it was the Mexicans and Texans that raised the cattle. They came up with techniques and equipment that cowboys later in history would use, like cowboy boots, spurs, leather chaps, and even saddles. Even words like rodeo, lasso, and corral come from the Spanish language. When the Civil War ended, a market for cattle rose up, and people wanted to buy cattle. The only issue was the cattle were all in Texas, while much of the demand was in the East. To solve this problem, a caravan with 260,000 cattle were driven to the East, with the cowboys using the railroads to guide their path. They lost a lot of cattle on their journey, but they did make it, proving that such a trip can be made, because it was a very difficult trip. And this kick-started the entire cattle industry. The rise of cowboys and their culture had finally come. The cattle industry experienced a huge boom in their industry, with cow processing facilities erupting in the Midwest. People found easier routes to the east and competition grew. But this, unfortunately, was not without risk. Rustlers and Native Americans seized large numbers of cattle. Sheep breeders had to compete for grass with the cowboys. And farmers used fences to keep the cattle out of their grass. This also caused a lot of tension between the farmers and the cowboys, which eventually led to the range wars, a series of fights that occurred between the cowboys. Like all big booms in the economy, the cattle industry took a turn for the worse. Large corporations rose up because of the profitable business, but those corporations overstocked the already small cattle ranges with a lot of cattle. This, coupled with 2 harsh winters and 1 hot summer in the years 1885 to 1887, made a lot of cattle die out and corporations lost money. A huge economic crisis was created, and, well, that's the end of the cowboys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the non-existent next episode. Yeah. That's how I'm gonna end this thing. Bye.